Discussion titled Navigating Future, Standardizing and Regulating the Halal. The global halal industry is experiencing tremendous growth, but with this expansion comes the challenge of ensuring consistency and consumer trust. Standardizing and regulating play a critical role in achieving this. Today's our esteemed panelists represent diverse perspectives within the halal ecosystem. We have experts from government, academia, and private sector who will share their insights on the opportunities and challenges associated with standardizing and regulating the halal practices. Let me at the beginning start with the global halal standards across countries. From Turkey we have His Excellency Mr. Ihsan Uvut, the Secretary General of Standard and Metrology Institute of Islamic Countries. Mr. Ihsan, the floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, I want to thank the Kazan Forum organizers and ICCI's Halal certification bodies, IHS, for they inviting me for this important event. It's my pleasure to be with you. Inshallah, we'll shortly give some information about your question. I think first we will say something or... Okay. Small technical problems. Sorry for the delay. I'm starting with my words with thanks again for the organizer and the management of IHS for these important activities. As you know, the halal industry is growing daily, and we have a lot of critical roles, actors in the system, like standardization bodies, certification bodies, accreditation bodies. Because of the free trade for each country, they should have some organization, some capacity, some quality infrastructure. Without these organizations, without the structure, it is impossible to recognize. The standardization also plays a crucial role in enhancing consumer trust and confidence in halal products globally in several ways. The first one is the consistency and assurance of quality. Standardization ensures that halal products conform to the specific guidelines and criteria set by the recognized authorities. In our world till now, we see many organizations talk about standardization or their standards. For us, majority of them not standards. It's a company document. Certification bodies create for themselves a paper and using for halal certification. This document only used by this company. For the international trade, this is impossible. Standard should be a common document and should be used by everybody. We don't know how they are control the product. We don't know which specification in their document. The reason, if the authority is not recognized by authorities, we cannot say these standards. And the second important thing is recognition. Global standard enable halal certification issued in one country to be recognized and accepted in other through accreditation only. This mutual application reduce confusion among consumers when purchasing halal products from different regions, thereby fostering trust in the certification process. This is shortly I want to say something, but I want to add another issues about generally. In awareness Islamic rulings on halal and haram growth among the Muslim population, the halal lifestyles is indeed becoming more attractive globally. This is not only due to the religious considerations, but also because of the alignment of many halal principles with modern ethical and environmental concerns. And halal industry's growth is not limited to food products, but also extends to cosmetic, pharmaceutical, and other consumers' goods. While some argue about absence of universally recognized halal standards, others advocate for the superiority of particular countries' system. However, both viewpoints overlook the actual reality and instead of prioritize self-interest our collective benefit. Even prior to the information of CIMIC, efforts were underway to formulate unified halal standards. By 2011, we had published the initial edition, and as of 2019, we have updated version of our Cure Halal standards. Year after year, we have been expanding our standards catalog, currently boasting a total of 57 standards, with 20 specifically addressing halal issues. Thus, we possess professionally crafted unified standards. However, the primary obstacles now lies in the commitment to implementing these guidelines. Implementing unified OIC-CIMIC standards can help ensure the products and services meet specific quality and safety requirements. This can lead to greater consistency and reliability in the marketplace, which is crucial for building trust among consumer and business. Having a common set of standards across member countries can streamline trade process and reduce the cost associated with the compliance testing and certification. When businesses are familiar with and adhere to these standards, it can lead to improved process efficiency and lower production. Adoption of OIC standards can also facilitate access to international markets beyond OIC member countries. Many non-OIC countries and consumers seek halal products, and compliance to recognized halal standards can make it easier for business and expand their market reach. Halal products are of particular importance to Muslim consumers worldwide. When products and services are certified according to our standards, it can enhance consumer confidence, as they can trust that items they purchase meet the necessary criteria for being halal. However, it is important to acknowledge that implementing unified halal standard can be challenging. It may require change to existing practices. Additionally, each country may have its own unique considerations and priorities that need to be taken into account. Therefore, under CIMIC, it is crucial for member countries to work together collaboratively and address any potential obstacles to successful implementation. Ultimately, the goal should be achieve a balance between national interest and broader benefits, standardized trade practices. The challenge of embracing national recognition or accreditation in the halal industry indeed raises important considerations and has implications for the standardization and the regulation of halal certification. So implementing unified halal standards and ensuring the integrity and reliability with accreditation system is the most professional approach to follow. Recently, a new organization, Islamic Forum for Halal Accreditation Bodies, as an OIC institution, was established complementing to the OIC Global Halal Quality Infrastructure. It is very important turning point because accreditation procedures inherently promote unified standards, fostering consistency in halal certification across diverse regions and nations. Since IFHAP is committed to use of OIC systemic standards and implementation of accreditation schemes developed by CIMIC Accreditation Council, this practice will serve as a catalyst for the growth of global halal industry as consumer and business prefer standardized practices. Brothers and sisters, CIMIC has 47 member states from 4 different continents and are exerting great efforts to enhance quality infrastructure of our members. CIMIC has increased its visibility and become a prominent organization in the fields of its activities. Our main aim is to facilitate intra-OIC trade by establishing a sound conformity assessment structure that is professional and reliable. We produce OIC standards to diminish technical barriers to improve our members' welfare. In this context, we operate with the 16 technical committees and the Committee on Standards and for Conformity Assessment, CIMIC CCAA, dedicated to crafting and refining OIC standards and in alignment with the industry requirements. These standards are prepared by CIMIC members in the most professional way as an international practices. Within these technical committees, a collective of 400 experts collaborates to enhance the quality infrastructure of OIC CIMIC member states. Standards work in generally is highly difficult. It takes technical skills, patience, strong communications, and pursue negotiations. It takes commitment to achieve results to meet needs of many stakeholders. While accomplishing these technical targets, it's also important to demonstrate these tedious tests to standard users. And we have an established structure to develop common halal standards for global use. There is certainly no need to be in search for a new approach or applications. CIMIC, with its professional standards development process, will continue to publish halal standards addressing the need of the industry. With this remark, I look forward to continue to work with any colleagues to develop the standards to foster innovation and shape future economic opportunities for all of us. Once again, thanks for your kind invitation. Hope have a stimulating session, dear brothers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for highly valuable inputs. Now I'll move for another esteemed panelist from Egypt, Engineer Hani Abdelkader Dessouqi, Executive Director of the Egyptian Accreditation Council, EJAC, and he will be telling us about the Egyptian perspective about regulating and supporting the halal.
Good morning. I am Hani Dessouqi from EJAC Egypt, Egyptian Accreditation Council, our accreditation body in Egypt. I would like to thank you for organizer of Kazan Forum and also our partner in Egypt and all of you to attend this session. A special thanks to ICHS about to be I'm here today in Kazan. First of all, I would like to say about EJAC. EJAC is Egyptian Accreditation Council, established by presidential decree in 1996 to become an accreditation body in Egypt to evaluate and accredited conformity assessment bodies in different schemes like testing laboratory, calibration laboratories, inspection laboratory, management system certification body, medical testing laboratory, product certification body, BT service provider, personal certification body, Halal certification body, forensic and biobanking, and also for validation verification. In 2006, there is another presidential degree to reorganize EJAC to be sole decision in and technical, administrative and financial independent. In 1996, it's EJAC starting, and 2006 take impartiality, and in 2006 also submit our application to ILAC and DF to be recognized. In 2009, we take first recognition from ILAC and DF. In 2013, we take an recognition from AFRAC, it's for African countries. In 2014, we take recognition from ARAC for our Arabian countries. In 2016, we be member in IHAF, International Halal Accreditation Forum. In 2019, we take and first professional testing accreditation from EA, and we also have recognized till 2025. The infrastructure for quality in Egypt is the Egyptian Organization of Standard, EOS, and for regulatory for import and export is called GOIC, and for metallurgy, National Institute for Metallurgy, and for training for quality, it's National Quality Institute and EJAC. EJAC has membership in IAF, International Accreditation Forum, in ILAC, International Laboratory Accreditation Corporation, in AFRAC, and in ARAC, in EE, and also in IHAV, and for new one is IFAB. It's for Islamic countries now issued in Saudi Arabia. Concerning halal, in Egypt we implement according to the international standard about UAE standard 993, and also for 2255-1 and Egyptian standard and SASO regulation, all of them under international regulation of CEMIC 2 or CEMIC regulation, and also for United Arab Emirates standard 2025, and also for Saudi Arabia standard, and also in international standard ISO 17065 for product certification. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Hani. Now we'll move for our next esteemed panelist from Tatarstan, Russia, Mr. Abbas Shlaybyshkov, the chairman of the private institution of product quality control, Halal Standards Committee, the spiritual board of Muslims of the Republic of Tatarstan, Russia.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi wahdahu wa salatu wa salamu ala man la nabiyya ba'dah. Allah'ın rahmeti. Сегодня мы
Today, here at this wonderful hall, we get together with great guests from wonderful brotherly Muslim countries. And before I start my speech, I would like to welcome all of us on behalf of the Mufti of the Republic of Tatarstan, Kazmil Samigulin. He was supposed to participate in this session session, but he is attending another session. And today there is a very important session of the Saudi Chamber, and today I am authorized to welcome all of you on his behalf. So he wishes our session to be productive, and he wishes we will identify fruitful solutions in the process of our discussion. And I have no doubt that today's session will open new horizons for us, and hopefully we will be able to achieve all our goals. And by using this opportunity, I would like to thank the organizers as well as my friends that organized this session at a very high level. And we know that I also would like to thank for organizing the event that took place in Mecca in January this year. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to take part in that event, and I'm also thankful for everyone who has accepted our invitation and joined us at this forum. In the course of my speech, I would like to say that we all are engaged in this or the other way in the halal sphere. Some of us are consumers of halal products, while others are the producers of the halal products. Others represent the coordinating bodies. As for myself, I represent the coordinating body and also certification body. And I would like to support Ihsan Bey by saying that this effort is painstaking. We need to take into consideration all the requests of producers as well as consumers, our consumers, Muslims, for whom it is very important to understand what type of products they consume and be sure that they are in compliance with the halal standards. And I'm talking not only about food products, but about all types of services, medical, financial, and so on. And of course, SMIC and other organizations play a very important role. I would like to wish health to Ihsan Bey, our respected brother, and I hope that he will be able to achieve all the objectives, and I hope that he will be able to do it all. I also would like to focus my attention on the halal industry in Russia, since now we are in Kazan, and Kazan is a Russian city. So here we are witnessing the fact that Kazan, in a way, is a leverage, is a mechanism that unites and brings together all other neighboring region when it comes to promoting halal standards across Russia and also in neighboring countries like Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and others. And we can say that as of 2018, we adopted the concept halal lifestyle concept here in the region, and we took an example of Turkey, Malaysia, and other Muslim countries. By looking at those countries, we can see how these concepts can develop, and so we look at the best practices and try to incorporate them here, and that helps us to see very good changes. So talking about halal lifestyle, again, I'll say that in 2018 we adopted the concept of halal lifestyle, and Republic of Tatarstan government was very instrumental in adopting this decision. And we steadily are moving towards our goal, and our goal is to set the conditions for sustainable lifestyle. And when we talk about sustainable lifestyle, that certainly encompasses business, food products, medical services, educational services, fashion, culture, and so on. So these are all aspects of life. And therefore, my committee, me and my colleagues, and actually the committee is not that large, we have only 50 members, so we are promoting this concept with the support of Russian Islamic Institute, our communities, the bank, Akbars, and all stakeholders. So we can say that today tourism is also changing its nature, and today, despite of their confessions, people can carry out any activities. So in the market, we are we have been in the R market since 2006, so we will soon celebrate 20th anniversary. And last year, we have adopted a concept called Muslim friendly. And so this is a loyalty, for instance, for hotels and other places where we can where we can illustrate the components that will make staying of Muslim people comfortable. So SMIC was very helpful. Malaysian standards were also very helpful for us, and we took them all in consideration as we developed our concepts and approaches. I hope that in the near future we will contact our Iksan Bey, and he will give us some training and guidance. And I also would like to pay your attention to some figures. So let me tell you how the industry is developing in Russia. When we talk about halal industry in Russia, it started being discussed 25 years ago. The focus was on developing high-budget halal tourism, and per various calculations, today we spend on Muslim tourism around 10% of all global resources of Russia. 10% of resources, that is quite a bit. And halal tourism, again, is available for people regardless of their denomination. And we call it Muslim friendly, but our Christian brothers can also take advantages of those services. I also would like to pay your attention to the statistics that is provided by Global Islamic Economy. Let's look at report of 2022, where they talk about preliminary evaluations. So the report says that if you look at the global Muslim economy, so the whole volume of halal products by 2014, 2024, it will be equal to $3.5 trillion. So we can say this market is developing very robustly, and we can see that the growth rate can be between 5 to 15% per annum. So we can see how good the growth rate is. So So if you look at the ranking of top 5 countries that are good for using all halal opportunities, and the top country is Malaysia. Among other top countries are Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Turkey. If you look at CIS countries, the top country for in this regard is Kazakhstan. As for Russia, Russia is among top 20. Our country is one of the leading developing markets for Islamic economy, and the proof for that is the data that regarding the share of halal products in the overall volume. So today, in 2017, the volume was 11% from total volume, and today in Russia we have over 22 million Muslim people, and we have great potential for developing halal industry. And again, we are talking not only about food products, but that includes medicine, tourism, and all other business aspects. And the pilot projects take place here in the Republic of Tatarstan, and the pilot project at the federal level when it comes to Islamic banking, and the venues are to hold the pilot project Tatarstan, Bashkortostan, Dagestan, and Chechnya. So today you can take a look at Islamic banks. Their booths are in Pavilion 2. They offer various products and services, products for consumers, and you can learn more about their standards. And of course, these are all top IOFIS standards. So that is about Islamic business. Last year, Rossельхознадзor Service informed us the export of halal product from Russia grew by 50%. By 2030, the Russian Federation can increase halal export by 6 times compared to 2020. I'm wrapping up my discussion. I understand that I have exceeded time, so let me just say a few words about intellectual property, and this is where our respected Exxonbit is engaged. So we have established the project design committee where experts in various sciences and fields developed standards and norms and regulations that have been recognized at the federal level as national standards for halal. So today, being the citizens of Russian Federation, earlier we had to explain to top officials what halal is about, because earlier not everybody understood what halal as a definition meant, and after all, this is a multinational country. There are lots of Christians residing in Russia, but today many can learn what halal is, how halal standards are implemented at manufacturing facilities, what standards the producers have to comply with, and what it means to produce a halal product. With this, I would like to thank everyone, and if there are any questions, I will be glad to address any of them. Again, I thank the entire team of ICHS. I thank everyone, include Yusuf Halavi. Unfortunately, he was not able to come here, so let us take all take advantage of all the opportunities, and I thank all our speakers for their support and their patience. Thank you all.
Thank you, Brother Abbas, first of all, for having us in beautiful Kazan and for inviting us for Kazan Forum. And thank you for your high input. Now I will move for the questions. And as the halal industry transcends geographical boundaries, the need for consistent halal certificate process becomes increasingly important. And I will begin by examining one of the biggest obstacles, which is the consumer trust. And His Excellency Brother Hassan, if you allow me to start with the question. Since more than 20% of Muslims live in non-Muslim countries, how can standards help them to increase their trust in the consumed products and services?
Thank you, Brother Mohammed. This is a very important question. We are talking about trade and products. Products, as a consumer, we all are consumers. We buy from the market. We have to know what's inside, because our religious is coming from our nationality. We are living in Muslim country, OIC country, non-OIC country, it doesn't matter. Where you are living, individually we are responsible to do something because of our Creator, Allah Ta'ala, bring some barrier to us and something forbidden for us. If we really want to be real Muslim, we have to follow all Quran's rules. One of them is about eating. What we will eat is clear, because said by our God, Lord, as a Muslim, as a human, eat halal and tayyib, and clear, hygiene, and not najis. How you assure these products, any product in the market, have no problem with these critical issues? This is bring consumer trust on products. With standards only we can be sure. Otherwise, we have certification bodies, this certification body, but key authority, key organizations for the products, because they are putting their logo on products. We know product with certification bodies logo. How will you trust on this logo? This, how they are checking the product, which criteria they are following, which step, which labs they are using, have to be known. Well, how we will know? We will use standards and quality infrastructure of the countries. Doesn't matter which country you are living, in Muslim countries or non-Muslim countries, because Muslim everywhere, technology everywhere, innovation is everywhere. Standards provide a framework for ensuring the authenticity, quality, compliance of products and services with halal requirements. Thereby fostering trust among Muslim living in non-Muslim countries. Our standard certification alone do not guarantee the compliance. Here is a critical word is accreditation. How these authorities, certification bodies, doing these activities, we can control via accreditation bodies. And this can be possible with global standards because they are often recognized across border. Accreditation bodies should be Muslim also. Because there is a fatwa from some academy for the quality infrastructure, certification bodies, accreditation bodies, and key persons should be Muslim. How accreditation be Muslim? Own it, direct it, manage it, and decision should be done by Muslims. Because this is majority religious issues. They are not doing any technically, majority maybe technical issues, anyone can do it. But at the end of the day, there will be fatwa of product, like fatwa you can say. They say this can be done, this can be eaten. This organization should have a structure, own it, manage it, and financially also be according to Islamic rules. This is very important. I can shortly this answer. Consumer should know which type standards, by whom certified, and this certification bodies is really recognized or accredited by professional accreditation bodies like AJAC, like another one, doesn't matter.
Thank you. Can't agree more. So if I want to conclude, it's a complete cycle, as you mentioned, between standards, accreditation, certification bodies, consumers, even financials. So if all of them work according to religious, the consumer should trust what he is eating or what he is using. Thank you. Now I will move my next question for Engineer Hani. And as the governments play a crucial role in establishing and enforcing regulation within the halal industry, this is ideal level of government involvement. My question would be, would you share with us the typical process starting from accrediting a certification body till accepting the shipment in the country port?
Okay. After the accreditation of the certification body, in general, let me speak about in general, and after that, what the status in Egypt. In general, after the accreditation body certifies the certification body, then the certification body will certify the exporting or importing company according the requirement stated in the country regulation to accept the products. The important control regulatory or authority will check the certificates submitted by the company to ensure that they achieve the requirement of technical regulation and its compliance with the relevant standard, and then gives the decision to accept or reject the shipment. In Egypt, the authority make for pre-shipment inspection. It's called NAFISA, www.nafisa.gov.eg. NAFISA is called in Arabic, but in English like window. NAFISA is the portal to submit the, first of all, make registration and application, and put all the important document in this NAFISA portal, and this is to simplify shipping procedure and save time and cost, and provide extra security of the electronic transfer document. After that, there is another, for the shipment, there is another website, it's called Cargo. Cargo, it's for the shipment to be imported from outside to Egypt. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Hani, for clarifying for us the government crucial role. Now my next question will be for Brother Abbas. And as the halal industry has rich tradition rooted in religious principles, however, innovation is essential for growth and adaptation to evolving consumer needs. This explores how standardization can strike a balance between respecting these time-honored traditions and embracing new technologies in the halal food production. My question will be, how can innovative technologies be integrated while upholding the core values of the halal practices?
Спасибо большое, доктор Мухаммад. Смотрите, у нас...
Thank you very much, Dr. Mohammed. As of today, in Tatarstan, right now, in IT Park at Spartakovskaya Street, we are holding an event of the Group of Strategic Vision Russia Islamic World that is headed by Rais of Republic of Tatarstan. In the morning, I was honored to accompany the Mufti of Russia, where he's supposed to give a speech. So I can say that I'm in the midst of those events, so I know very well what is going on in our IT park. We even have an IT town at Innopolis, and Rustam Nurgalevich, who is the Rais of Republic of Tatarstan, he's very excited about various innovations. And getting back to the IT park, I can say that within the framework of that session over there, they are discussing important global questions of coexisting with the novel digital and technological realities. So we, as the Committee of Halal, last year, we signed a memorandum that is called I Want Halal, and this is a program that develops halal industry in telephone communications and providing access, and we offer various applications where our consumers can find mosques in various locations, as well as hospitals that provide halal medical services. So for us, it's very important to offer such an opportunity for our consumers, so that Muslims, as they travel across the country, they know where they can go to pray, or where they can attend, where they can find a hospital where they can be examined according to halal standards. For us, it was very important, and that was a program that we developed together with our innovators. And by the way, they did not charge for that program. And also, that application shows you various restaurants where you can eat, where everything is cooked according to halal standards. So you now know where to pray, where to eat, and it's a big problem, because can you imagine you go to a restaurant that offers pork dishes and other meat dishes, but that's not permissible for us, because for us consuming pork is hamar, right? So for us it's a priority to provide such information for our Muslim brothers. As for Muslim-friendly concept, we would like to adapt it so that Muslim-friendly hotels will also be indicated for the tourists. And for instance, if I want to go to a different city and I need to stay in a hotel, I will know where I can stay, because this is a Muslim-friendly hotel, so they can give me a mat and I will have a place to pray, and they will demonstrate understanding and reverence to my needs. For me, it's very important, as well as for other Muslims. So I can say that today, scientific community and IT industries make life for Muslims more comfortable, and we are very glad that so much is done in this regard, and we're also very glad to see the support of many scientists, and also we receive support from the Rais of Republic of Tatarstan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
I totally agree with what you said. We can't, in 2024, neglect the role of technology, even in the halal. And from your experience, it seemed that it affects the general halal ecosystem in Tatarstan positively, and it had an impact.
Thank you very much.
Now I will be back to Your Excellency, Brother Ihsan, about the future of the halal standardization. And as the standardization and regulation are dynamic concepts that needs to adapt to keep pace with industry advancements and the consumer preferences. These concluding discussions explore future needs. My question will be, what are your prediction for the future of the halal standardization and regulations in the oncoming year as one of the top halal leaders in the world?
Thank you, Mr. Brother Mohammed. As we talk about standardized halal certification process, this will provide clear guidelines and criteria for manufacturers, for suppliers, for consumers to follow and this leads to transparency, which help consumers understand what constitutes a halal product and allows them to make informed choices based on their religious belief and preferences. In halal products, same logic applies. When we have a unified and global standards, it means consistency. It brings quality assurance and have a happy consumers. SMIC is the only authorized of the OIC to develop halal standards in this way. When we look our problem in the nowadays and we look at the future, we have to know the current picture. Look what the Far East Asia countries, our brothers and sisters in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore also. Still there is a national approach. They insist they only concentrate on their local market and their consumers. But our responsibility as a Muslim, I'm a Turkish, but I cannot only think about Turkish consumers. As a Muslim, I have to think all Arab brothers, sisters, Malaysians, Indonesians, Iranians, Pakistanis, African, American, where our sister brothers, because if I am a responsibility, I have to do my job in a professional way and look the future. Because what my responsibility? I'm my first to bring high quality standards, implementable standards, and acceptable standards by everyone. My response. Certification bodies also look like this. Just not concentrate their mazhabs or their local market, because these products are traveling more than the people. If you have a company, your dairy products or any products, your products traveling more than you are sending to many countries. That reason we have to look the future vision and shortly I can say, if you're predicting the future of halal standardization and regulation involves considering general trends and factors that are likely to shape the landscape in the coming years. However, by looking at the past, we can say the future is not certainly depend on the national approach. We have to stop national approach and recognition methods. This is very old methods, because this also bring maybe nationalist approach. We have to, as a Muslim, we should not be nationalist. We have to look Islamic view only. As Prophet came to Mecca region, but his message to all over the world, not only this region. We are, as a representative of him, we have to look our all brothers in the world, and then as a professionally, as you know, we established an organization. It was not easy to establish organization. As Brother Hani said, IFHAP is a very crucial development among, till now, before this organization, we didn't have any consensus on the future of accreditation, halal accreditation. Alhamdulillah, at least we have an organization. Next step, we have to start work professionally under this organization and solve all Muslim halal issues for the future. We have to look the future, be future vision, and not insist our current traditional methods, and how we will help each other, how we solve the problem of the Muslim trust on the products. Because logo is not enough. We have to know logo is belong whom, how they are certifying, as I said, which criteria they are using, and be sure. We have to have our own terminology, not a lot of terminology. For example, for halal tourism, why we say Muslim friendly? What is meaning? Meaningless. Maybe hearing is good, Muslim, but halal is for all. Is one term is enough. For a Muslim, you are traveling, you stay in a hotel. You have to know, as a Muslim, you have to perform your daily prayer, daily, and then feeding yourself, and I will be sure. If I cannot have a wudu or something in a place, I cannot pray. The big problem we have to solve. A mat can be found, a carpet can be found easily for praying. You can find a place, a cleaning place anywhere. Go to garden, go to forest, you can pray. But wudu is very important than this issue. You cannot go sorry for the toilet anywhere. You have to be clean your body and then go to pray other issues. That reason we have to have halal facilities, halal tourism. As a Muslim, you have to look future. But I'm alhamdulillah, we have some good approach by the OIC. Under this, we will solve our problem. All Muslim problem, not OIC, not Muslim countries or little countries. Muslims everywhere. If Muslim in Russia, we also have to be cooperative and facilitate their daily life and then help each other. Thank you very much. If another question can answer.
Thank you. And now my next question will be to Engineer Hani about strengthening the third-party halal certification bodies, as independent third-party halal certification bodies plays a vital role in verifying and adherence to halal standards. This focuses on how to ensure their effectiveness. My question would be, how can third-party halal certification body be strengthened to ensure they are independent, transparent, and reliable?
Okay, thank you for your question. We'll take it in general. It must be initiating international halal authority, and the aim to be recognized ensures that the criteria of certification body include that they are not profit organization, and they implement and they financially and technically independent, and suppose publish all the procedure of certification to all. In Egypt, there are some of rules, like first one for independence and impartiality. It must be to be compliant with the accreditation scheme, like organization Islamic country CEMIC 2 and or GSO 2055-2 and get the accreditation from recognized accreditation body, and the halal certification body shall have mechanism to safeguard impartiality. The Islamic authority recognized in the country in which the halal certification body operate shall be represented in the mechanism of safeguard impartiality. Halal certification body shall have published impartiality policy. For transparent, the halal certification body make a service accepted to all applications. Halal certification body shall be have a policy and public available. Halal accreditation body, halal certification body shall make an record accessible when represented by halal accreditation body. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Hani. Now my question will be for Brother Abbas about the consumer protections and the regulations. As protecting consumers from misleading or fraudulent halal claims is paramount. This explores how regulations can address this concern. My question will be, What role can consumer awareness campaigns and educational initiatives play in achieving this goal?
Well, thank you very much for your question. Talking about consumer protection and enterprises that work by halal principles. Well, it was not by accident that I focused in my speech highlighted the standards. What is the guarantee that the state actually supports us and listens to us and hears us at all stages of their state regulation. Even our respected, esteemed President Vladimir Putin from time to time meets with religious activists, and at the end of the last year, they have been dedicated to venues to build mosques. That reflects that there is a weak understanding on the part of the state. It is also very important that there is a dialogue that brings together the government and representatives of religious confessions that exist in Russia. And we have four of them: Muslim, Judaism, Buddhism, and Christianism, and they are traditional for Russia. There is also a common chamber of Russia where all such aspects could be discussed. Getting back to your question regarding campaigns, when enterprises come with questions to us, we want to produce halal products. We provide them with the requirements, and as Mr. Hani said, that if we talk about slot requirements, it could be 993 or 2055, and if the product is done for the internal market, so there is another local requirement issued in 2022, the first and the fifth part. If the products are expected to be exported that adopted SMIC requirements, then we certainly will adopt them according to those standards. And if our competence is not sufficient, certainly we will ask other organizations to help us with in order to conform the requirements of a country that is interested in getting our products. If we talk about the local markets, certainly this story, Shuyu Ayer. In Russian, it sounds communists, the story of communists that for 90 years in Russia, operated in Russia and worked in Russia, and after that, the Muslim population come off their knees and want to live their lives by their faith and by their rules. And we will have a session that will be dedicated on the Muslim-friendly. Certainly, it could not be in Muslim countries, but it is very important for us to continue this discussion in our next sessions because we will have more specialists on these issues. I always say, yesterday actually, our mayor of Kazan, Isur Raisovich, said a very important thing. Our experience accumulates errors that we have made. As of today, the errors we have made, they give us conclusions, they give us experience in order to work better in the future. Certainly there are problems that we are trying to fix out. I don't want to talk about non-recognition of one on another standard, but certainly we have to conform the local requirements, and we want to work to provide an environment for the Muslim people, Muslim population that is vital and important for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Abbas. Thank you for our panelists. If there is no questions from the audience, I will have to conclude the session. Any questions? Okay. I will just highlight some points, some important points from what our highly esteemed panelists mentioned. Firstly, the technology and its vital role in the halal ecosystem, and how can technology enforce the halal ecosystem and halal ecosystem can benefit from it. Secondly, that Muslim travelers deserve halal travel, deserve halal meal, deserve halal hotel, deserve place clean for wudu. Thirdly, that governments should play a crucial role in enforcing third-party halal certification bodies and standardization and regulation in all the countries. Last but not least, that and this will be my end quote, and if Brother Ihsan allow me to quote him, Muslims are Muslims everywhere. There is no Muslim and non-Muslim countries. We are all brothers and sisters, and the religious should be beyond nationalities. Thank you all. Thank you for our highly esteemed panelists. Thank you.
Thank you, спасибо.